Hello, I am Alex Flores, a researcher here at Site 19. I was given proper clearance to make videos or audio files about the SCPs. I will be reading out the files to make it easier for some of our researchers to process these files. May it be they can't read them properly, or they skip over things that they don't want to read. Bright, you know I'm talking to you. I will be giving tips if need be, as in be like, don't do that. What made you think that was a good idea? Type of deal. And I may say a couple things about the SCP themselves. Now, for this file, we are going to be documenting is SCP-096. As we know, this is, well, well, we all know SCP-096. It's Shy Guy. Alright. Object class okay. No. That's besides the point. Okay, maybe I can't pronounce my object classes. Don't yell at me. That's besides the point. I'll ask Bright for proper pronunciation later. Special containment procedures for SCP-096 is to be contained in its cell, a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter airtight steel cube at all times. Weekly checks for any cracks or holes are mandatory. There are to be absolutely no video surveillance or optical tools of any kind inside SCP-096's cell. Security personnel will use pre-installed pressure sensors and laser detectors to ensure SCP-096's presence inside the cell. And we'll get to why in a minute. Any and all photos, videos, or recording of SCP-096's likeness are strictly forbidden without approval from Dr. Redacted and O5 Redacted. Description is as stated. SCP-096 is a humanoid creature measuring to be 2.38 meters in height. Subjects show very little muscle mass and is mild malnutrition. Arms are grossly out of proportion with the rest of the subject's body, with an approximate length of 1.5 meters each, and skin is very gray, as it is devoid of pigmentation and has no sign of body hair. SCP-096's jaw can open to 4 times the norm of an average human. Other facial features remain similar to an average human, with the exception of its eyes, which are devoid of pigmentation. It is not yet known whether SCP-096 is blind or not. It shows no signs of any higher brain functions, It is not considered to be sentient. Sapient. God. I'm sorry, I'm just not very good at reading out loud. I'm sure I'll get better with it at time. And while SCP-096 is normally docile, with there is a reason why we have pressure sensors inside the cell indicating where it is, and it spends most of its days pacing by the eastern wall. However, when someone, if anyone, views SCP-096's face, whether it be directly via video recording or even a photograph, it will enter a stage of considerable emotional distress. It will cover its face with its hands and begin screaming, crying, and babbling incoherently. And approximately 1 to 2 minutes after the first viewing, SCP-096 will begin running to the person who viewed its face, which we refer to as SCP-096-1. We have documented the speeds that have varied from 35 kilometers per hour to redacted kilometers per hour, and it seems to depend on distance from wherever SCP-096-1 is at. There is no known material or method to impede SCP-096's progress that we have found out so far. The actual position of SCP-096-1 does not seem to affect SCP-096's response. It seems to have an innate sense of SCP-096's location. This does not occur when viewing artistic depictions. Once arriving at SCP-096-1's location, SCP-096 will proceed to kill and redacted SCP-096-1. 100% of cases have left no traces of SCP-096-1. SCP-096 will then sit down for several minutes before regaining its composure and becoming docile once again. It then will make an attempt to return back to its natural habitat. Information is redacted. And due to the possibility of a mass chain reaction, including breach of Foundation secrecy and large civilian loss of life, retrieval of subject should be considered alpha priority. Dr. Redacted has also petitioned for immediate termination of SCP-096. Termination order has been approved and is going to be carried out by Dr. Redacted on Redacted. Well, the audio log describes one of the teams who had to retrieve 096, and it's not pleasant. In my opinion, we should actually communicate with the retrieval teams instead of being like, just go get it. It's totally not going to kill you if you look at its face. I am so lucky I did not see its face. I have interacted with it though. Well, I mean, As long as it doesn't breach containment again, I'm sure we'll be fine. Of course, we don't need another 4-pixel situation again. Also, if you're anything, if you think this is a good idea and whatever to look at its face, I highly advise you don't, for the sake of your safety and for the fact we don't want another breach of containment. And don't listen to Bright when he tells you that we're lying. We're not lying. It will kill you. There is no denying it. Well, this is the end of the audio log. And as remembered, secure, contain, protect, unless the world ends.